My name is Kainton the Tech Pro, and in this lesson I'm going to teach you how to build a complete microservices architecture using Spring Profiles. Spring Profiles is a way to build microservices by building first a monolith, a structured monolith, then split it into microservices very easily. And I'm going to show you how to do it right from the scratch. If you are joining for the first time, please hit the subscribe button so you can subscribe to my channel and don't miss an update. And if you have any challenges, let me know. I'm going to help you fix it. So the microservice we are going to be building, I actually outlined the step-by-step, all the code snippets, everything you need is right here in my website. The link to this page is in the description box. And in this demo, we are going to be following this step-by-step tutorial without skipping any step. So I would like to assure you that this is a place you can learn very easily and be able to build these microservices. So this is a microservice we are going to be building. We are going to be building an application made up of 4 services, actually 4 applications. If you are talking about microservices, they are actually applications that can be deployed. So we have student service, courses service, departments, and teachers. So we are actually trying to model what happens in the school environment. Having these 4 different services. So student service holds student records, courses records, teachers records, and the department's records. So let's go ahead to get started. We are going to be following the step-by-step right here. So I've opened Spring Toolsuite, and the first thing we are going to be doing is step 1, set up and start the Eureka server. So Eureka server is for service discovery so that applications trying to use the services can actually find these services, and the request can actually route to the correct service. And that is what service discovery is all about. If you look at the description box, you can find where you can read more about service discovery. So the first thing we are going to do is to build the server. So let's build the server. The server is simply another Spring application. So just say new Spring Starter project. And I'm calling it profile server. The group ID is also com.Kainton. The journey is a profile server. Everything here should be fine. So demo project for Spring Profiles. That is the description. All right. So I'm going to go next. So I'm going to select Eureka server as the dependency, and I'm going to go next as well. And I'm going to go finish. So it says for some reason I don't see Spring Starter project. So that's here in web dependency. And that dependency actually has to be used, the Spring Boot Starter project. Maybe it's optional, but I recommend always using the web dependency. Anything you are building, anytime you are building an API or a web application, try to use the Spring Boot Starter web dependency. So I'm going to put this dependency in my pom.xml file. All right, so pom.xml file. Okay, so we have Spring Boot Starter Web right here. Okay, so it's already there. That is fine. And if I go to the application properties file, I'm going to use these items. The first thing I'm going to do is to set the server.port to be 8761. That will prevent Spring from using the default port. So if I go to my application properties file, it should be in the SRC main resources. So there we are going to set server.port to 8761, and also we set Eureka client register with Eureka to be false, and also say Eureka client fetch registry to be false. So basically we are telling this service, this application, that there is no other server out there. So let it not try to search for any other server. So I'm going to say server.port equals 8761 and Eureka Eureka.client.register with Eureka equal to false, and Eureka.client.fetch registry is false as well. All right. Okay, this is fine. So the next thing we are going to do is to go to the application main class and enter first, let me save everything. Go to the application main class and use the annotation at enable Eureka server Yeah, so that's what you're going to do here. Save it and use Ctrl-Shift-O on your keyboard. Everything is fine. So the instruction is that we should test this server, right? So to test it, simply right click. Let me just make some room right here. Let's say. And I'm going to just shut down this panel. So right click on the application and say run as Spring Boot app. So once it starts running, we are going to visit port 8761 at localhost, and we are going to check that the server is actually running. All right. So this is how it's going to look like. I think it should be fine. So you can see that Tomcats have started on port 8761, and I'm going to go to this place and http localhost port 8761, and now Eureka server is started and is working perfectly, as you can see right here for yourself. So we have done the first part. We built the server. So if we start building the microservices, we can see the microservices popping up in the server. So here we can see applications, no instances available, as you can see here. So once we start creating these services, we can see it popping up in the applications section of the Eureka server dashboard. So the instruction in step 3 says create 4 packages. So let's see. So okay, so we have the Eureka server. All right. So step 2 says build Eureka client monolith application. So that's the next thing we are going to do. So let's build the client. This time we are building just one application, but it's going to be a structured monolith so that we'll be able to split it off into microservices. So I'm going to call it profile clients. Okay. Profile clients, and the group ID is profile client as well. All right. So demo project for Spring Profile, everything should be fine. And in this case, we are going to choose Eureka client. Make no mistake about it. So there's Eureka Discovery Client, choose it. And what else? Let's see. What else are we forgetting? Okay, for now, let's just finish. And every other thing we can add it at a later time. Again, I'm going to take this web dependency, and we can also use it right there. So we have the profile client right here. So for now, let me just, I'm stopping the server, but no problem. We can start it up at a later time. So the profile client, I'm going to go to the pom.xml file of the profile client, and I'm simply going to paste the web dependency right there. All right, I'm going to save everything. And if you look here, if you check here, you can see it's building the workspace, downloading the necessary jars. All right, so we built the monolith application, and the next step says add the web dependency, fine. Create 4 packages. So in the profile client, if you go to src main Java, okay, so I'm going to create 4 packages. The first package is going to be students, teachers, departments, and courses. So I'm going to say new package, and the package I'm going to name it I'm going to name it students. The second package I'm going to name it teachers. And the third package I'm going to name it departments. New package, and I'm going to call this departments. And the last one is going to be courses. It's going to be courses. So new package, and I'm going to call it. So we've set up the 4 packages. As you can see, they are just empty. So we are going to be writing the controller. The controller is simply a way to send a message when we browse this application, so that we're able to make sure that the 4 applications are running on different ports as different applications or as different microservices. So to do that, I'm going to just create a class inside the applications. So in case of the courses package, I'm going to create a class. I'm going to call this class courses. controller, courses controller, and I'm going to add at rest controller here. A REST controller is a class that manages the endpoints or requests coming from the browser. And I'm going to add a function that simply returns welcome to the courses service. Public string home. I'm going to simply say return welcome to the courses. All right. So here I'm going to I'm going to use our get mapping. If we visit /courses, we'll come to this place. All right. Okay, so everything is fine. So I can actually use these to create other ones. Okay, so let me copy these and I'm going to create departments controller. So let me create departments controller. Also, is going to be a REST controller. So at REST controller. All right, so I'm going to paste these right here. And this is going to be departments, and it's going to be welcome to department service. All right, so Control-Shift-O on your keyboard, and I'm going to save everything. I like saving as I go. Then we have the student service. I'm going to create a new class. It's going to be student controller, and it's going to also be a REST controller. All right, so, and this one we are going to say students, and it's gonna be welcome to student service. Control-Shift-O on your keyboard. All right, so, and finally we have the teachers service. I'm gonna use teachers controller as a name. Teachers controller. All right, it's also going to be a REST controller. What happens here? And I'm going to paste exactly the same thing, and this time it's going to be teachers. And it's going to be welcome to teacher service. All right, so we've set up the 4 packages. Now we are still in a monolith application. We've not had anything to do with microservices. So we do the same for all the others. We've done it, and let's see. Okay, perfectly okay. Let me just cross-check everything. This is students, departments, and this is courses, and that is fine. So it should be courses, right? Courses, departments, and so on. Step 5 says add at enable Eureka client annotation to the main application class. So go to the main application class. This is the main application class. That is the class that contains the main method, and add the at enable Eureka client and Control-Shift-O on your keyboard. Everything is fine. Good. All right, so now it's time for us to add the profiles. Now we are now gradually moving into what we are trying to talk about. So for each of these packages, we are going to make sure that these controllers are in different profiles, meaning that we are trying to make them into different applications so that when we run a particular app, if you run a particular profile, it's going to run only the content of that particular package. So let's start with the courses controller, and the courses controller, the class has to be annotated with the name of the profile. So I'm going to say profile, and it's going to be courses. That's the name of the profile as well. So keeping it simple. So let's go to another one. So departments is going to run in the profile called departments. departments. Students is going to run in the package in the profile students, right? So it's going to be students controller. So let me just make it uniform. So here I'm going to change the file name students controller. All right, so finally we have the teachers controller. We check departments, everything is fine. And teachers controller is going to run on the profile teachers. All right, so that's what we just did. We repeat the same for the other services, changing the name of the profile accordingly. The next thing we want to do is to set the server.port, set the server.port equal to 0 in the application.properties file. The setting of server.port equal to 0 tells Spring not to assign the default port 8080 to any of the services. So Spring is going to automatically generate and use a different port for all the different profiles. So I'm going to go to my application.properties file, the SRC main resources right here. I'm going to say server.port equals 0. So that is what you should do. Now these applications or these services should have a name. So I want the name of these services to correspond to the name of the profile. For instance, for the student profile, we can set it to be, let's see, I think I have it here. Okay, yeah. So I can say that spring.application.name equal to, let's say, SVC, like stands for service, SVC students. So this is going to be the name of the application for the student service. So to be able to achieve this, I'm going to simply say this. I'm going to say dollar. I'm going to say Spring profiles active. So it means that at runtime, when this application runs, it's going to set the name of the application based on the active profile. Okay. All right. Now comes a place you need to pay very close attention. You need to now set up the configuration to be based on the profiles as well. So we are going to set up 4 configurations, one for each of the profiles. So I'm going to go to run. It says setup run. It is very important to do that. Click on the run. Click on run in the menu and select run configuration. So I'm going to click on run and select run configuration. And I'm going to go to, let me just make some room here. Okay, I'm going to go to Spring. Okay, so Spring profile server, why are you here? Okay, so I don't know why. So I'm going to just take out this because you're not supposed to actually see this. Let me take it out. Yes, delete. So this is what you are going to see when you click on run configuration. So I'm going to click on Spring Boot app and click on this that says new launch configuration. And the name of this launch configuration, we start with the configuration for the courses. So I'm going to say courses config, that is the name, so apply. So you can see that the name here now is courses config. Now let's set the configuration. The main type is going to be this. So I have the client profile for sure. It's not the server profile. It's going to be the client. So why do we have? So okay, there's going to be for the client, and the name in this case is going to be courses. That's the name of the profile for courses. So the next thing you want to do is to go to arguments. Go to arguments, and you are going to the VM option. The VM options here. And you are going to say, in the VM arguments, you're going to say minus the spring dot profiles dot active equal to courses. So this is profile is equal to courses. This is for courses. So I'm going to apply. So just to make sure everything is fine. Okay, good. All right, courses, fine. All right, so I'm going to create another one. So go to click on new, launch configuration, and in the main type, choose the client as well, please. And the name of this one is going to be students config, students config, and the name of the profile is going to be students, and the VM argument again is going to be not the program argument, but VM argument is going to be the spring dot profiles dot active equals students. All right. Okay, that is good. I'm going to apply, and I'm going to create another one. This time I've created for courses, I've created for students. Let me now create for departments. Let me call it departments config, and I'm going to apply departments config. So the name changes, and the Spring Boot configuration is going to be main type is going to be the client, and the profile for departments is actually going to be departments. Okay, so the VM arguments as well, you're going to say minus the spring dot profiles dot active. This time is going to be departments. All right. Apply. And finally, for the last one is going to be, we have now teachers. We have teachers. So I'm going to say teachers config VM argument minus the spring dot profiles dot active equals teachers. And for the Spring Boot configuration, I'm going to simply search here and select the client application, and the profile is going to be teachers. All right, apply. So we've created the four different configuration, run configuration. So I can actually just cross-check by going to each of them, make sure everything is fine. Teachers, profiles active, courses, profiles active, courses. All right, so I'm going to just close. So at this point, if you click on run, you can see that we have run configurations for all of them. All right. So let's see the next step for us to take. We've done this, we've repeated. All right, so we need to fire up the applications now. This time is for us to test it. So now let me start the server again. Let me start the profile server right here. At this point, these four applications now, they will run separately as different applications, and they are going to register with the Eureka server. So I'm going to run this as Spring Boot app. Now what I'm running now is a Eureka server, and if I refresh this page, maybe it's not going to be there because it was stopped. But yeah, so it's gone. So, but when it starts up at this point, you just expand this. If it starts up at this point, we are going to see it again. All right, so let's go back here. So it starts up, okay. So let's go to run one of the profiles. So I'm going to go to run. This time I'm going to go to the application, the client application. I'm going to go to run. I think there's a way to do this from here, but I can't remember. Okay, so let's go to run and choose run configuration, and just choose run configuration, and you can see the four profiles. So let's start with courses. I'm going to just click on run, right? So we are running one of the services now independent of the other services. So we are only running the courses profile. So now it tells us there is a problem. Let's see. So let's see. Courses config. I think it should run. So let's see. I'm gonna come here. Let's run it again. Run again. Caused by could not resolve placeholder Spring profiles active. SVC Spring profiles active. Okay, could not resolve it. All right, so let's go to the application properties file. So it says cannot resolve this. Spring profiles active. Okay, so maybe we are going to just remove the SVC at this point. So let me take out the SVC. So let's save everything and let's run it again. Run. Let's just check whether we are missing out something. At this point, we have C. So let's see, we have Spring Framework exception, configuration parts, method failed, nested exception. Okay, could not resolve placeholder Spring profiles active in Spring profiles active. So let me see where this problem is coming from. Let's see. Let's come here. So Spring profiles dots. Okay, so it's actually dots. So it's actually dots, not dash. Spring dot profile dot active. I can actually put back my SVC. All right. So I'm going to save everything and I'm going to run this time, running the courses service. So hopefully everything is going to be fine. When it runs, we are going to check the port where it is running from, and then we are going to try to access the application. So as we see courses, I can't figure out the port where it is running. Okay, so 5116, that is the port. So that's, I'm going to just copy it. And let's go to Eureka server to see if it's registered there. So if I refresh this page now, you can see we have SVC courses registered there. And if I go to HTTP localhost and the port and say /courses, you can see it says welcome to the courses service. That is fine. Let's run another one. So I'm going to go to run and go to run configurations and choose departments and click on run. So in this case, I'm running the department service now, and we expect that it's going to show up in the Eureka server as another service. Okay, as another application, actually as another application. So it's running in port 5110. So I checked it. It runs in port 5110. So if I go to Eureka server at this point and refresh, you can see that we have a second service, and that is the department. It's running at port 5110. So let me go here and just say port 5110, and it's going to be departments. So hopefully it's going to tell us welcome to department service. Let's see. 5110, that is the port, I think. Let's see. So let's see. The port should be somewhere in here. So again, I can't figure out exactly where the port is. Maybe 51110. Let's check. So it's not. So anyway, you can actually run it again and then figure out what the port is. So this time I'm going to run a different one. I'm going to run for the students. Let me see. So we have I've run the courses department, so I have the students and the teachers to run. So I'm going to run the students at this point. Could not find these Spring profiles for students. So let's see. So where is the problem coming from? So let's see. Go back to the wrong configuration. And for students, let's see. This is okay. So we have arguments. Okay, so it's going to be, there should be minus here. Okay, apply and run. All right. So at this point, I'm going to just look out for the port where the student service is running. So 51260. 51260, that is for the student service. Meanwhile, if I refresh this, you can see that we have the three services right here. We have 51260, 51260/students. And you can see it says welcome to the student service. And finally, we are going to run for the teachers. So I'm going to go to run configuration and teachers. I'm going to run. Let's just make sure we are not missing out anything. Just run it at this point. Also, we are going to look out for the ports at this point. Yeah, so the port is, let's see, 51290. You can see it right there, 51290. That is for teachers. Meanwhile, let's just check that it's registered here. I'm going to refresh. So you can see that all the four services are up and running, and 512, I can remember the port as I said it. So this is how to set up Spring Profile, and this is how to create microservices using Spring Profile. I'm going to stop here. In the next series of lessons, I'm going to show you how to hook up these services so that they can actually communicate among themselves, actually send data across between one service and the other one. If this has been informative for you, hit the subscribe button below, share the video and like it. Also, let me know how you feel, because your comments kind of motivate me to keep making this lesson for you. I remain kind on the Tech Pro, and I'm always there for you.